All right, I'm back for WCS's ongoing coverage of America's RMR at the unfortunate end of the road for M80. I'm here with Swisher, following the team's elimination at the Handa Legacy. We saw some really amazing things throughout this entire tournament, and the opening map against Legacy felt like it was going to be a continuation of that, but we slowly saw things slip away from the team. What do you think went wrong there, especially on Inferno?
On Inferno, we kind of made the best out of our CT side. We had a pretty decent CT side at the end of the day. We had I think 7-5 CT side. We were happy with that, or 6-6 I think. Um, Losing pistol, the first rounds kind of went back and forth. We knew exactly what they were doing on their first anti-eco that they won against us. I think Rec just got killed halls, unfortunately, and that kind of made that round fall apart. So it was like that round was super close, and just that early trade of like rounds kind of always favors the T side because of the economy. So that kind of made our CT side struggle. We came back and had like a solid 6-6, and then just we couldn't really get a ton going. Losing pistol, always gonna fucking suck. And we lost 5, I think, pistols. One on overpass, and then lost 5, the next 5. So it's hard.
With that in mind, I think everyone's gonna, say that this was a very strong run with all the considerations that come into it. I'm sure everyone on broadcast, everyone who's been watching WS is really tired of hearing deph's a coach. But so with that in mind, of how you guys came within a handful of rounds, how's the mood in the team camp right now?
I mean, we're sad. We're frustrated with how close we were. 1 round away, 12-10. It's gonna be burned in my memory. But we're as happy as we can be, considering the circumstance we were in. We had 2 weeks, two practice weeks with dephh prior to this, and to be able to come this close is like just shows kind of what we are as individuals and as a team, and that like with a solid IGL behind us, and avoiding the circumstances that happened this time, that I'm very confident we could be the best team in NA.
With further speaking about the dephh situation, he performed, I think, far above expectations. Probably one of the highest rated NA IGLs here, pacing far above the likes of dephs, Carson, all the others. Does this sort of give you guys pause for thought with IM Chengdu coming up, that maybe you could do some damage out there in China?
I mean, we definitely always can. We're gonna have our heads high after our showing here. It all just kind of depends. How things kind of go. We really don't know what's going to happen following the major and what's our IGL search is going to kind of look for, but we just have to kind of hope.
Looking at the team, I think someone who really stood out to me, it was Rec. He's obviously someone you've been playing with for a long time. I believe the collaboration even goes back all the way to Monstars, if I'm not mistaken. As sort of the older player in the trio between the two of you, by a couple of years, how are you feeling about his metamorphosis as a player to being this sort of star rifler?
His change has been significant, and it's been awesome seeing him improve over these years. Because even at the start of this roster, and even with ATK, his inexperience was the biggest thing, and that's been slowly getting better and better and better. And prior to the wildcard match, it was the most important thing for us was getting him talking. The most important thing was getting him talking, to be vocal, because sometimes he can be kind of a quiet player. But when he's talking, he's feeling the game, he's reading the game, and it makes us all so much better.
Now, when this roster was first being formed, we had an interview with Psycho NT, and he mentioned that the fact that making it to Copenhagen wasn't the goal of the roster; it was built more towards the future. With everything in mind, do you guys feel like you've built a good foundation to challenge for Shanghai in 6 months?
Oh, 100%. The fact that we qualified for 6 lands this year is astronomical, considering the kind of the view that M80 had, Psycho had. Coming into Counter-Strike was just kind of to be in this situation a year and a half into the roster, and we're doing it 6 months, which is just even a little over 6 months, 8 months-ish, which is just way ahead of schedule and kind of shows who we are as individuals and as a team.
And now, before I let you go, M80 came into Counter-Strike with no presence. A lot of you guys weren't super household names to casual fans, but I think you've really done a fantastic job sort of building up your reputation in the NA scene. As someone who's been, playing for such a long time on Bad News Bears, on ATK, on all these squads, what do you have to say to the fans that have been following you through your entire journey?
Thank you so much to all the fans, all my fans, all Mario's fans from South America and Latin America, all of our fans completely. We love them. We love all you guys. If it wasn't for you guys, then like there's only so much that we're playing for, just kind of for us, but like we're also playing for you guys, and to kind of like represent NA and represent kind of everybody, and to make a good name for M80 and ourselves. Thank you guys for everything.
That's Swisher from M80, and I know it goes without a doubt to say that we will see more of you in the future. They'll be up next at IGL Chengdu, so be sure to check them out there in the mountains of China. Thank you so much for your time, Swisher.
Thank you.